Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Book Loft candle from Bath & Body Works. The description on this read, cozy up under a warm blanket as you turn the pages of your favorite book. So unfortunately we get no real fragrance notes on this, but in any case, I was really intrigued for this candle because of the fact that it had like an abstract description and a like mood or a theme to it, and I was like, ooh, like what is Book Loft gonna smell like? Like it could truly be anything, and so I was like, I'm really excited to get my hands on it. And we had a fragrance called Reading Nook in a single wick test launch previously. And the notes on that one said toasted hazelnut, blonde oak, and warm woods. This doesn't at all smell like hazelnut or woods to me, so I don't think this is at all the Reading Nook fragrance that we've had before. This is more of like a floral fragrance, is what I get from it. Like a floral, cozy fragrance. But in any case, what I get from this is like a more like zen, clean, spa, slightly aromatherapy leaning floral fragrance is what I get from this. So don't think so much of like your heavy powdery rose that smells like perfumey or mature. Nothing like that's super heady. Nothing really like that. It's more like a clean, refreshing, zen floral, almost like a spa floral. So it still smells floral, but it's just not as heavy as your traditional like rose type of fragrances that we've had before from Bath and Body Works. But in any case, the floral comes off kind of like a tea floral, and so that's why it gives it that sort of refreshing zen experience to it. It kind of reminds me of like the way chamomile tea or jasmine tea kind of smells. It could be either like chamomile or jasmine tea, and I guess that would also make sense from a Book Loft aspect of like it says cozy up under a warm blanket, so you're drinking like a cozy chamomile or jasmine tea under a warm blanket type of experience. I guess what they're going for, but you do get that floral first and foremost. It kind of reminds me of the sort of like tea clean floral that you would get in white tea and sage or white tea in jasmine that we've had before, which is also the same as white tea and ginger, or jasmine green tea that we've had before as well. It's that type of like tea floral is what I get from it. So that's what I get first. And then it's combined with like, you know how they tend to have like this like cashmere musk or a woodsy musk note to it? There's something that gives it a little bit more of a coziness that comes by the way of like sort of like a cashmere warmth to it, is what I get mixed with that initial sort of like chamomile jasmine tea type of fragrance. And it just gives it a little bit more of this warmth or coziness rather than just the pure clean zen spa that you might get from like white tea and sage or white tea and jasmine. So it gives it once again that sort of like cozying up under a warm blanket aspect that's comparable to the sort of floral cozy you would get from cozy cashmere, from the cozy cashmere candle, obviously. So that's kind of how this fragrance plays out. But I have to say, when it's burning, it's like nearly unscented. That like even if I'm like nitpicking and dissecting this on cold, and when I smell like when I hover my nose around it, it just does not travel or throw at all. That it's like pretty much unscented when it's burning. That it's just kind of like it's kind of like pointless to describe this fragrance because I really just don't get anything when it's burning. So let me go into the performance now. This is a second burn, and the reason it's only a second burn rather than a third or fourth is because I plan on exchanging it, and because the exchange policy is supposed to be gently used or whatever, I just try to be safe with that. So I've burned this one twice for like 3 to 4 hours each time, and I just really can't smell it. The first time I had it in my bedroom, and I was just like, I don't smell this at all whatsoever. I like leave the room, come back in, I couldn't smell it. But like my Calypso Clementine was kind of unscented on the first burn, so I was like, let me give it a second try. And so I put it in a different room, and I put it in my office, and I still could not smell it whatsoever. Even when I left the room and come back in, I just really don't get much. And of course, I put it in my open concept area, and I couldn't smell it at all. So it was just like totally unscented, which is a bummer. So yeah. As for the performance, it has the core wicks on it. It makes the mushroom tops on it, and it makes a little bit of that sort of like debris dropping into the wax pool. But other than that, it's fine. Pulls out in no time. So we're good to go, at least on the burn performance. Overall, I was initially kind of excited for this one because of just like, ooh, what is it going to be? The mystery and intrigue behind like what would a Book Loft smell like? And when I smelled it on cold, it wasn't at all what I was expecting. Like you might imagine something a little bit more woodsy, like a cedar chest, like an antique vibe, or like if you go into like a old antique library, you smell the pages of like the old books, and it kind of smells musty. But maybe like a fantasy version of that is what I was expecting. So something a little bit more antique or woodsy, a little bit more atmospheric or transportive. but what I was getting was just kind of like this, just like sort of white tea and sage meets cozy cashmere type of fragrance, which wasn't terrible, but the fact that it's unscented as well, it just like does nothing for me. So yeah, total bummer here. So I'm most certainly going to return slash exchange this candle because I'm just, it's like not even a great fragrance to begin with, and the fact that it's unscented is just like not any better either. I kind of wish I could have smelled the Reading Nook version instead and see what that was, but I don't know. So that's pretty much it. Can't recommend this, and that's pretty much it for this review. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.